How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about MMAT metamaterials. Ended up having a green day today, so I want to make sure I give you guys an update because I see the questions are coming through. Will this continue? Will it pull back? Well, we're going to go over it. So before we get started, of course, we got to go over the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is the technical analysis, taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support, we want to know resistance, and we want to look forward to, as far as this week comes to a close, where it should be trading in and where it looks really good and where we want to look forward to it actually looking bullish. And then secondly, we're going to be taking a look at the short interest information. This is very key here because it will have an impact on the overall stock price. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know, are institutions getting involved? Are they buying up shares? Are they selling shares? We're about to find out. And then when all of that is done, we'll be jumping into the final thoughts. So let's get to it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for metamaterials. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $3.83, being up 20.06% on the day. On the low, it tested $3.18, and then on the high, testing $4.24. And as you can see at the time of this recording, in after hours, we have a price of $3.79. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, we have 61.902 million shares that were traded. As far as for the average volume over 10 trading days, it's at 30.129 million. So we doubled that today, which was great to see, and it's part of the reasons why we saw some strong movement in MMAT stock. So right now we are using the 1-year daily chart. When we take a look at the RSI down below, it is right around 41.51. So taking this into consideration, yes, we are still in the oversold territory, which means there's still more room to move for MMAT. When we take a look at our chart now, the good thing is we are above the 200-day, but we are below the 21-day EMA and as well as the 100-day. You guys know whenever I see a reclaim of the 100-day or the 21-day EMA, things start looking bullish. That's where we start looking forward to a reversal because, of course, we are gaining some momentum. We are not there as of yet, but one thing that I can clearly see here is that we do have some resistance, especially at that 424 level. But to be exact, we also have an area of resistance around 430 to be exact. But we had the selling pressure at 424, ended up pulling back, but at the same time, at least we're able to close around $3.83. The 200 days at $3.60. So seeing above it, we want to look forward to seeing this momentum actually continue. If we see a continuation of that, even though we pulled back from $4.24, if we could test the fours again, I want to see that test going back to 425, and then after seeing another area of resistance around 460. But this is only going to happen if we have more buying pressure and so forth. If we get a lot of selling that is happening, then of course this is not going to happen. So I want to look forward to seeing a bullish move from MMAT going into tomorrow, but also we have to take in mind of the market conditions. If the conditions look favorable, then I see MMAT making that move. If not, then what I want to see is to hold up at the 200-day at 360. So let's see what happens. So we're on Fintel. We're going to take a look at the short interest information for MMAT. So we can see the short volume ratio here being at 18.48%. As we scroll down on the page, short shares availability is at 2.7 million, updated 29 minutes ago. And as far as for the short ball free rate, it is at 5.97%. Now, when we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we could see from July the 19th, it was at 18.48, and now on July the 20th close, which was yesterday, jumped to 31.96. And I must say that is crazy. So taking everything into consideration, this is part of the reasons why we ended up seeing some strength today, because with that buying pressure, we're going to have some shorts who are going to be covering their positions. But what's going to be very, very interesting though is what are the numbers going to be later on today when they come out in the evening, especially since we did have some movements inside of the stock. Our short's going to come back and wanting to attack it, especially since we're getting near to the end of the week. So we're going to have to wait and find out about that. But for the most part, we are seeing shorts are still heavily vested in MMAT. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for MMAT. So we can see on the inflow we had 63 and on the outflow we had 50. So we had 1 on the large, 43 on the medium, 20 on the small. And as far as for the outflow side, we had 1 on the large, on the medium we had 33, and on the small we had 16. As far as for the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you could see for July the 21st, it was an outflow day being at 76.23. Keep in mind, this is only for large scale orders. So as far as for the medium and as well as the small, we ended up seeing, yeah, that's where most of the inflow ended up coming from. So this could be from the retail side, and it also can come from institutions who are just not looking to go in with large positions. But as we saw, there was some institutions who had some outflows, pretty much selling out some shares. But one thing to also be aware of the fact is if we continue to see some strength inside of the market and there's more buying pressure, more volume coming into MMAT, then I'm going to be looking forward to seeing some continued strength. So now let's jump into the final thoughts. So for my final thoughts for MMAT metamaterials, it was great to see I had a strong day inside of the market. We also did see, as far as from the retail side, there were a lot of buying pressure. We were able to have good orders on the medium and as well as on the small side, and that contributed to the day that we ended up seeing. But do keep in mind of the fact we did have a good amount of selling, and we also saw some large scale selling from institutions as well. So can we look forward to seeing a pullback? Most definitely. And part of the reasons being is, especially going into Friday, there could be some profit taking. This stock was beaten up pretty bad, so I want to make sure that you guys are prepared for that. But for the most part, as long as we continue to have this buying pressure, we can look forward to seeing even more upside. We also do see, as far as strength is concerned, hey, we want to look forward to seeing a recovery, and that's why in the technicals, I told you those levels that you want to look out for. So if you're thinking about going into an entry, pay attention to those areas of support and make sure that you have the right setup. When we take a look now on Fintel, as far as the short interest information, it went up quite a bit. Taking into consideration the 19th close was around 18, and as far as the close for the 20th, which was yesterday, it jumped all the way up to like just over 31%. That is crazy. So it's going to be very interesting to see what it's going to be later on in the evening. But of course, this play continues to have short squeeze potential, but that's only going to be happening again. Buying volume is very key for MMAT. I want you guys to really understand that. So that's what I wanted to kind of update you guys on inside of this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be talking real soon.